Okay, so get ready to dive into AI, because things just got really interesting.
He sure
We're
did.
talking AI that's not stuck in some giant data center, but running right on your phone.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities.
Exactly. And what's so fascinating here is this isn't some like futuristic fantasy, right? This is happening now.
Right.
A company called Mistral AI just launched these new AI models, Ministral 3B and Ministral 8B.
Catchy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Uh,
Don't let the names intimidate you, though. The important thing is these models are designed to bring serious AI power to devices we use every day.
So Mistral AI, they're a pretty new company, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least compared to some of the big names we hear about all the time.
Yeah, they're a Paris-based startup,
Okay.
but they're already making waves, challenging giants like your Googles and your OpenAIs.
So what are they doing differently? What makes them special?
So what Mistral is doing differently is focusing on edge AI. Instead of AI that relies on the cloud, they're creating models compact and efficient enough to run locally on your devices.
So instead of my phone sending data to some massive server farm, the AI does its thing right here on my phone.
Exactly.
That sounds like a potential game changer for privacy.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the most significant advantages here is your data stays put. For
Okay.
fields like healthcare or finance, where privacy is paramount, this is huge.
Huge, yeah.
Imagine a world where your sensitive medical information could be analyzed by powerful AI without ever leaving your
Okay,
device.
that's a powerful example.
Yeah,
I'm starting to see why people are paying attention.
yeah.
But these models, Ministral 3B and 8B, I mean, those names, they still sound pretty technical.
Uh-huh.
What's the quick takeaway on their capabilities?
Yeah, so don't let the names intimidate you.
Okay.
Think of them as lean, mean AI machines.
Okay.
It's especially the 8B model.
Okay.
It's like cramming the power of a supercomputer into your pocket.
Wow.
And we're talking about the ability to process up to 128,000 tokens, which is like analyzing 100 pages of text right on your phone.
100 pages, that's more than I read most weeks. But seriously, that's a lot of data crunching power
It
for
is.
something that can supposedly fit on my phone.
It's impressive.
How do they even make models that small but that capable?
Yeah, that's where Mistral's innovation truly shines, I think.
Yeah.
They're using a new method called interleaved sliding window attention. Now, I know it sounds a little technical, but bear with me.
Okay.
Essentially, this technique breaks down how the AI processes large chunks of text.
Okay.
So instead of analyzing everything at once, it uses a sliding window to focus on smaller segments in a specific order, making it significantly more efficient.
So it's like reading a book by strategically jumping between chapters instead of going cover to cover.
Yeah,
It gets the gist without getting bogged down by every single word.
that's a great way to put it.
Okay.
It's all about maximizing efficiency and making the most of the limited resources available on a device.
Right.
And this approach is what allows them to achieve this level of performance in such a small package.
Okay, so that's incredibly clever.
Yeah.
This Mistral team,
Yeah.
they're not just throwing more processing power at the problem, they're finding elegant solutions.
Yeah, they're smart people.
Okay, so we've got powerful AI in a tiny package. Data privacy gets a big boost. What's the downside? There's always a trade-off.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
While Edge AI offers many advantages, it's not without its challenges.
True.
One of the biggest hurdles is security.
Okay.
With millions, even billions, of AI-powered devices operating independently, right?
Yeah.
Ensuring they are secure from cyber attacks becomes a significant concern.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like the more entry points you have, the harder it becomes to secure everything.
exactly.
So how do you even begin to tackle a problem like that?
It's a multifaceted issue.
Right.
So on one hand, you need robust security measures built into the devices themselves and the AI models themselves.
Okay.
But it also requires a shift in thinking about cybersecurity, moving away from that centralized approach to one that's more distributed and adaptable.
So instead of building a fortress around your data center, you need to think about securing each individual device.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about creating a network of intelligent devices that can work together to identify and neutralize threats in real time.
That sounds like a monumental task.
Yeah, it's a big challenge.
What is Mistral's stance on all of this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Are they just forging ahead with the technology, or are they thinking about these challenges?
No, that's one of the things that makes Mistral's approach so interesting, actually.
Yeah.
They're not advocating for completely abandoning the cloud.
Okay.
Instead, they see a future where edge AI and cloud computing work in tandem.
Okay, so a kind of best of both worlds scenario.
Exactly.
Where Edge AI handles the quick, privacy-sensitive stuff locally, and the cloud steps in for the really heavy lifting.
Yeah, exactly. Simple tasks, personal data that stays on your device.
Right.
But for your more complex computations that require massive data sets or processing power, the cloud is still the best tool for the job.
That sounds like a much more pragmatic and realistic vision than just, declaring the cloud dead.
It does, doesn't it?
So how does this strategy play out in the real world? Give me an example.
Sure. Imagine you're using a language translation app, for example, powered by Mistral's AI.
Okay.
If you're translating a few sentences on the fly,
Yeah.
that processing could happen instantly right on your phone thanks to the efficiency of their Edge AI models.
Right.
However, if you're translating a whole book,
Yes.
let's say,
Right.
that might necessitate tapping into the cloud's processing power for a more in-depth and accurate translation.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
It's about finding the right balance, the right tool for the right job.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered the what of Mistral's technology and their vision for the future of AI.
We have.
But I'm curious about the why.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they doing this? What's the ultimate goal?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Mistral's ambition goes beyond just building cool technologies, which they're doing.
Uh-huh.
They want to change the entire landscape of AI.
Yay.
They see a future where AI is no longer centralized in the hands of a few powerful corporations,
Okay.
but rather democratized and accessible to everyone.
That's a bold vision.
It is.
So instead of AI being controlled by, huge tech, it becomes a more distributed and equitable resource.
Precisely.
Okay.
By making AI models smaller, more efficient, and able to run on everyday devices, they're essentially lowering the barrier to entry for individuals and smaller companies to develop and deploy their own AI applications. Imagine a world where like a small startup in Southeast Asia or a research team in Africa can leverage the power of AI without needing access to massive data centers
Right.
or expensive cloud computing resources.
Yeah, it's like leveling the playing field.
Exactly.
Giving everyone a shot at shaping the future of AI.
Right.
But let's be realistic for a moment here. Even if Mistral makes these models more accessible, isn't AI still going to be dominated by those with the most data?
Sure.
After all, data is the fuel that powers these AI engines.
That's a crucial point, yeah. And it's a challenge Mistral acknowledges.
Yep.
While their technology addresses part of the equation,
Right.
there's a growing movement within the AI community to address this data disparity issue.
Okay.
So we're seeing more initiatives focused on data sharing, data cooperatives, even synthetic data generation to level the playing field.
So it's not just about the technology itself,
Right.
but also about ensuring equitable access to the resources that make that technology truly powerful.
Yeah, and that's key.
It sounds like Mistral is trying to spark a larger conversation about the future of AI,
I think so.
not just offering a technical solution.
Exactly, yeah. They're pushing the boundaries of what's technically possible, but they're also prompting us to think critically
Yeah.
about the broader implications of this technology.
And one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for the future of work?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Because
Yeah.
if we've got AI doing everything from translating languages to driving cars,
Yeah.
what's left for us humans to do?
Right.
Are we all going to be out of a job?
It's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
It's a question that sparks a lot of anxiety, but it's not a simple yes or no answer.
Okay.
While some jobs will undoubtedly be automated,
Right.
history has shown us that technological advancements also create new industries,
Right.
new job categories, new opportunities.
So instead of thinking about it as humans versus machines,
Right.
it's more about how we adapt and evolve
Hmm.
alongside these technologies.
Precisely.
Okay.
Yeah, the key is to focus on developing skills that complement AI. Skills like creativity,
Right.
critical thinking, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving,
Yeah.
areas where humans still have a distinct advantage.
So it's about finding that synergy,
Yeah.
that sweet spot where human ingenuity and artificial intelligence can work together
Right.
to achieve remarkable things.
Exactly.
But this brings up another critical question. Ethics.
Of course.
How do we ensure that as AI becomes more powerful, more pervasive,
Yeah.
that it's used ethically and responsibly?
That's the million-dollar question, and there's no easy answer.
Right.
But Mistral's approach to Edge AI does offer some interesting possibilities.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does running AI on my phone instead of in the cloud make it more ethical?
Well, it's not a guaranteed solution, obviously,
Right.
but it shifts the control of data, right?
Okay.
And by extension, some of the ethical considerations with
Okay.
Edge AI, individuals have more control over their data.
Right.
They decide what data is shared, when it's shared, and for what purpose.
Okay, so it's about empowering individuals to be active participants in the data ecosystem,
Exactly.
not just passive bystanders.
And this shift in control
Yeah.
could lead to more transparent and accountable AI systems.
Right.
Okay? Because if you know your data is being processed locally, you're more likely to demand clarity on how it's being used and what measures are in place to protect your privacy.
Right. It's like the old adage, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
If we're putting the power of AI in the hands of individuals,
Yeah,
we need to empower them to use it responsibly.
we do. And that means fostering a broader societal conversation about AI ethics, data privacy, all of that.
Right, right.
The kind of future we want to build with these powerful technologies.
It's not just about the code.
Exactly.
It's about the values and principles we embed in that code,
Yeah,
the guardrails we put in place to guide its development and deployment.
100%.
It's a lot to consider.
It is.
But that's what makes this conversation so fascinating.
It is, yeah.
We're not just talking about algorithms and processing power here. We're talking about the future of humanity.
Big stuff.
It's easy to get swept up in the big philosophical questions.
Isn't it?
But at the end of the day, this technology will touch our lives in very real ways.
It will.
So let's bring this down to earth.
Okay.
How does Edge AI change the way we live and work?
Well, get ready for a world flooded with smart devices. And I'm not just talking about phones.
Okay.
I'm talking appliances, clothes, becoming AI infused.
Okay.
Imagine your refrigerator ordering groceries,
Okay.
your clothes adapting to the weather,
Wow.
all thanks to the power of Edge AI.
It's like the Internet of Things on steroids, but now with each device having a mini brain of its own.
Right.
What's fascinating is that it's not just about convenience.
Yeah.
We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about what these devices do, but how they learn from us, right?
Right.
All those interactions, all that data generated, it creates this feedback loop that
Okay.
allows the AI to personalize and optimize our experiences in ways we can only begin to imagine.
Which brings us back to that double-edged sword of data privacy. This personalized future sounds amazing,
It does.
but it hinges on trust.
Yeah.
Can we trust these devices, these companies, with so much personal information?
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's a question we need to grapple with collectively.
Okay.
As Edge AI becomes more prevalent, we need to be vocal, I think,
Okay.
about demanding transparency,
Right.
control over our data,
Right.
clear regulations that protect individual privacy.
So it's not just about the cool tech,
No.
but actively shaping the ethical framework around it.
Exactly.
It's about demanding more from companies than just a cool product.
Absolutely. We, the users, have a voice.
We do.
By supporting companies like Mistral that prioritize privacy,
Right.
by advocating for robust data protection regulations, we can help steer this technology in a direction that benefits everyone.
It's empowering to remember we're not just along for the ride,
No, we're not.
We can help shape the destination.
Yes, you can.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Edge AI,
Yeah.
what's the one key takeaway for our listeners?
Stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.
Okay,
The future of AI is being written right now,
it is.
and it's a future we can all help to shape.
Those are wise words.
Thank you.
It's been quite a journey exploring this brave new world of AI.
It has.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Until next time, keep exploring.